Hi there. For my project, I decided to create a slideshow as a way of showing 4 values and beliefs that I consider to be important and how they relate with being an EA. Since I can't be there, I have made this dialogue to go in part with my slideshow as part of the presentation. I'm sorry I can't be there to see yours. I'm currently on a plane flying to Ontario while I'll be the best man at this guy's wedding. This is my friend Greg and one of my oldest friends. It's an honor to be such a big part in this man's wedding with his wonderful bride Lindsay. The role that he has had in my life has been huge, and as much as I feel bad about being away from school, I would feel even worse to not be there. This is actually a perfect segue into the beginning of the presentation. My first value is family and friends. In my life, I have found that the people that are your family and friends are some of the most important people you can have. My family helped create my basic concepts of love, kindness, fairness, acceptance. The very backbone of my self-identity started from my family. These are the people that I had arguments with over who got the last cookie or begged them to read me Cat in the Hat one more time before I had to go to bed. These people share a bond with me that was there before I was even born, and I love them no matter what. Through thick and thin, my family has always been a huge support and guidance that I wouldn't trade for the world. As I grew and learned more about the world, there was a shift where I started meeting strangers from different areas of my life. School, the park, baseball practice, drama class. I started meeting people that I began to see as more than just another person in the crowd and someone that I wanted to play video games with, then watch Family Guy with every Sunday, and then, when I would turn 19, go out to the bar and have a few too many. These people that I decided to call my friends added to my identity and where I fit into the world. These are the people that I decided are people I wanted to share myself with and have them share themselves with me. Up until now, I've shown a mixture of pictures from family and friends, not distinctly showing which is which for a reason. This picture that you're looking at is my Uncle John. My Uncle John is not actually a blood relative or is tied to my family by marriage. He is tied to it by love. Him and my aunt have had what is, for lack of a better term, a complicated relationship. However, I have always seen him at family functions because even though he is not with my aunt, I have always been told he is my uncle. It wasn't until I was 23 that I found this out, and it had a profound change on how I view my relationships. I have found that friends become another variation of family, and family becomes a different variation of friendships to the point where the only difference I see is genetics and family trees. I treat my friends as family and look at them as such, and they will always be the people that I want to have at any of my future family functions. And I will have my kids call them aunt or uncle, the same reason I was taught to call that man my Uncle John. When we grow up, we start to see how important these relationships can be, how having good friends and the loving support of a family is an important part of growing up. Sometimes people don't have the same opportunities or backgrounds to have similar family dynamics or able to make friends in the same way or have the cognitive ability to do so. This doesn't make them any lesser of a person. It only means they need help. Everyone needs help from time to time, some people more than others. I don't see anything wrong with that. In fact, I think it's important to take the time to help those that need it. As an EA, it is an important part of the job to help the children we work with see how important it is to have positive relationships and how someone can learn how to do so. If we want children to grow up to be the best that they can be, it is important to assist in the children having the ability to create their own variation of family. Family and friends is one of the major cornerstones in life that we all deserve to have, and no matter who you are or where you come from, it is important to have people in your life that are there for you, no matter what. Learning. I've always enjoyed learning new things. Whether I was in or out of school, I always needed to learn something new. Whether it was juggling, solving a Rubik's Cube, theater, or, yes, even balloon animals. I have always been the type of person where if I want to learn something new, I'm going to go and learn it. Finding new things to try and learn how to do is something that keeps life always interesting so it never gets dull. There is always something new to try in the world. Whether it's a new hobby, game, or new career path, being interested in what life can offer you can take you to places you never thought you could get to. For me, I never thought I could take a silly thing like balloons and end up creating a business out of it. But because I am open to learn new things, I get the opportunity to keep growing and treat life like an adventure. I heard this quote from a former teacher of mine when he talked about his job. A good teacher doesn't teach, but lights a fire in their students to want to learn. I believe everyone enjoys learning, but the process of learning is sometimes a challenge. The challenge could lie in how we are taught, or how we learn, or who the person is that is teaching us. There are things that can create walls in our heads that say, I can't do it, or it's too difficult, or I will never get it right. These walls are something we could have made, or someone started to create and we believed them, or we were born with these walls already and never saw them till we faced in that direction. As an EA, our job is to help children who have these walls and show them they can learn how to get past these barriers. This means finding out what the child is facing and using the tools that you have to work with them through their struggle. So when they learn they can overcome these challenges, they can grow up with the knowledge and confidence that they can face any problem in their life and are able to get past it. Passion. If you told me 5 years ago I would want to be a balloon artist, I would have thought you were crazy. However, in the past 4 years since I first started out with a single bag of balloons, a balloon pump, and the internet, my outlook on life is a little different now. I now have this bag which carries over 3,000 balloons, a collection of learning material, and a much, much bigger pump. This isn't the only thing that has evolved for me over the past 4 years. This journey that I am on, after learning this one neat trick, has turned into my own business. It has also reignited my passion for performance, where I now can do some pretty, well, silly things. Finding passion for something makes life amazing. This could be for anything. If someone has found something, it needs to be encouraged because you never know where their discovery through passion can take them. A child who draws stick figures one day could end up being the next great artist. Or a young girl who loves playing with Lego could become the next architect. I mean, even if it doesn't cost you anything to say to them, what you are doing is really cool. Keep it up. As an EA, we're going to see kids be passionate over many different things, whether it is art or basketball or writing or even Pokemon cards. Taking the time to talk to children about what they are interested in is one of the best ways to create relationships with kids. Someone's passion could be an insight into how they behave or how they think, so we can use that and explore their passion to see how they can succeed both in the classroom and out on the playground as well. Equality. When we think of equality, certain words or thoughts come to mind: rainbow, marriage, feminism, gender, race. Over the past year, each of these words has come up in the media over how things are not equal and how some people aren't treated with the same dignity and respect as others. I come from a small town that is, well, stuck in its way. I lived in a place where it was easy to judge others for being different because there wasn't a lot of difference there. When you were supposed to play sports like everyone else and go to church like everyone else and wear the same plaid shirts and baseball caps like everyone else, it started to make me wonder what made this place so special when it was all the same, where preferring to be a part of a theater production instead of joining the rugby team was considered gay. I am by no means trying to say I know what they are going through, because I don't and I never will. What I do know is that there is a danger to having a closed mind to things you don't know anything about, and that could lead to some actions that will most likely be regrettable. As an EA, we will see lots of children that will not be treated equally. They will be bullied, called names, or be shunned, especially if they look and act differently from the rest of their classmates. They get treated differently just because children don't understand who they are or why they are the way they are. When we start working in schools, we will have an opportunity to help children understand and show them that just because someone is different from what is considered to be normal, it doesn't make them less than anyone else.